Shabbat Shalom and welcome to Israel Update. As you can see, I've got Doobie with me. He's joining me from Jerusalem. Doobs, thank you so much for being with me today.
The pleasure. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. So, the thing that everybody's talking about right now that we're going to talk about, and this guy right here knows a lot more than a lot of people, most people, I would even, be bold enough to say, what is going on with Gaza? President Trump has put forward, Doobs, would be seen as an outrageous suggestion about the United States taking control of Gaza, but nothing else they've tried has worked. And I know there's talk about having to think outside of the box. I know he's putting pressure on some of the neighboring countries to take in Palestinians. This all seems like the kind of stuff that we would have seemed as a pipe dream that would never have even been a possibility to put on the table. But why don't you tell us what the feeling is in Israel about this, some of the political implications, because I know for a lot of people, they don't really know what it means for the short and the long term.
Well, first of all, I would like to object the outrageous. It's revolutionary.
It's revolutionary. It's
exactly.
revolutionary.
And just like Bibi said, it's an excellent idea that Donald Trump put on the table, because you have to really think outside of the box.
Yes.
They tried for 77 years. More of the same old ideas, two-state solution, all kinds of different autonomies, giving them the ability to run their own affairs and see how it goes. And eventually, possible for the Palestinians to really live side by side with Israel, because there is one nation that is seeking peace, and the other nation, Palestinians, are seeking the destruction of the one and only Jewish state.
Yeah.
It's not going to work. And they're coming in loops, once over and over, circle around the same ideas, which never came into fruition. And for decades, over decades. And we could have understood this even from the partition plan on November 29th, 1947, when the entire international community of the time said to the Arabs and the Jews, let's split the land. Here's 2/3 Palestinians, so-called Arabs. Here's a third goes to the Israelis, to the Jews. We said yay, they say nay, and they waged the war.
Yes.
We could have understood this from the beginning. There is no partner. And now what Donald Trump is saying, it's time to think differently, specifically about Gaza, because Gaza is just a nest of terrorism.
Yes.
It's a hub of hatred. It's a center of destruction. It's a place which full of snakes and serpents, people that trying to eliminate, destroy the state of Israel. And what happened is, in this current war, with this almost 1 year and 5 months since October 7th, that they raided into Israel, the Hamas and its proxies and their supporters and allies, they came into Israel, kidnapped, killed, murdered, raped, you can name me, all the things that they've done. Israel has been trying to release our hostages and to reach out to some kind of an agreement that eventually would say we cannot have a terror entity like Hamas on our borders, that anytime they feel like they're ready, they're going to invade back again into Israel.
Yeah.
That was the big issues, and these are the big issues that we are facing. And Donald Trump was trying to think, okay, now it can be a time that is ripe enough to do something different. Anyways, because of the war and because of the fact that the Hamas couldn't care about their own people, and they took refuge and they were hiding within centers of populations, inside domestic areas, inside hospitals, schools, kindergartens, homes of so-called regular people. Israel had to look for them and find them, because they were hiding there with Israeli hostages. They were launching rockets, missiles, and drones into Israel, explosives. They were attacking our people. So we needed to take care of the situation over there. And with that war came along a huge destruction.
Yes.
They literally destroyed massive amounts of Gaza to the extent that people cannot go back to those ruins, to these rebels, and live. And Donald Trump, as an entrepreneur, as a man who understands real estate, he understands that there is no way to restore, to renovate, to reconstruct Gaza without evacuating the people, putting them aside, even just for the matter of, let's say they want to be in tents near the ruins. And along that period of time, they're going to start reconstructing and rebuilding. There'll be noise like crazy. There'll be dust that people cannot breathe. There'll be
Yeah.
issues that people cannot live right there. So
Yeah.
he's saying, let's evacuate the people. Let's have some of the 21 so-called alliances of Muslim nations with
Yes.
1.4 billion
Billion
Muslims that they
Muslims.
care so much about their fellow brothers and sisters, Palestinians that have been oppressed by Israel. Let them absorb them for several years until, by little, region by region, they're going to demolish everything, reconstruct, rebuild, and then move to another section and bring the people back to one section that has been rebuilt already. That
Yes.
is the story. All the Arab nations cherish this UN secretary, this hateful man, the United Nothing, United Nations,
Yes. The United Nothing.
Russia, of the world, besides Israel and America, they object. No, this is not a good idea. You cannot do territorial cleansing or all these names that they're trying to call this situation. He wants what's better for the people there in one condition, that once this is going to be rebuilt, they will be no more Hamas terrorists in that area that take hostages from
Yes.
Israel and from their own people.
Yes.
The good Muslim countries, including Saudi Arabia and the UAE and Egypt and Jordan. Oh, Jordan is like, we're not going to take any Palestinians, as if not 70% of Jordanians are already Palestinians. Lebanon, 30% of people that invaded into Lebanon are refugees, so-called Palestinians. In Syria, Palestinians. In many European countries, there's a lot of Palestinians, so-called. No, they don't even want us to give an opportunity to, according to their own polls, their own statistic operations there, their own polls are saying that before the war, over 500,000 people, it's a quarter of the Palestinians living in Gaza, they wanted to immigrate, they get the opportunity.
Yes.
Said that. So I'm sure that now after the war, there's no homes to go back to. The majority would like to go.
Yes.
Know that Hamas wouldn't let them go, because if the people that are not involved, so called, will go, there'll be only Hamas and they can be destroyed. They
Yes.
can be taken down. So they want to the situation when they keep on hiding behind women and children, holding them hostages in their own hands, and they don't want to go for any special out of the box solution that has been literally and very generously offered by Donald Trump. He wants the people there to have normal lives. He wants
Yes.
the people there to get out of the cloth, their, of their prisoners, their wardens. The
Yes.
people are literally them. Gaza is
Yes.
one huge prison
It's
where even the
yes.
people that lives there cannot go because they are human shields for the
Yes.
terror organization. On a long term, something that I had never heard before so quickly. Usually, Netanyahu takes a long time to think and to consider and to analyze. Right evening, I think, after Donald Trump came up with this brilliant idea, he already interviewed at Fox News with Haggerty, and he said, "Yes, this is an excellent idea, and we should look for ways how to apply it to the land."
Yes.
To the to the territory over there. So maybe the children or the grandchildren of these people will have some normal life.
Yes. Again, everything. Thank you, Dubes. That was a wonderful explanation. So everybody out there, this is something, and Kim, when you think about Kim and some of the things that he saw and some of the things he prophesied, people called him outrageous. People called him crazy. I mean, his book was called Call Me Crazy, but I'm Hearing God. And some of these ideas floated around might seem that way. But like Doobie said, this is thinking outside of the box, and it's outside of the box that hasn't worked. It's a box that's been there, that's been explored, dissected, pulled apart. They've tried to redo it for decade after decade after decade. And the United States is not coming in trying to take over and claim it as their own. They're saying, we want to be able to be here kind of to police the situation. And Israel is actually, like Doob said, Bibi immediately said, yes, okay, this is something we can actually consider, which is a huge change from the way things have been, because what has been going on has not worked. The fact that there's still hostages in the hands of Hamas, whatever has been going on up until now has not been working. So we need to pray, trust God that this solution is going to take effect. We need to pray and trust God for the peace and prosperity of Jerusalem, of Israel, the citizens. And we really did. We prayed for wisdom for President Trump. And look, it seems it seems like, almost now looking at it, it seems like a simple solution, and it should be something that's considered for the benefit of everybody. This is
You
something
know,
that will
everybody here
benefit
in Israel,
everybody.
all the news channels, even the lefties and the liberals are saying that, this is unbelievable. They've been comparing this beginning of the second term of Donald Trump to the first term, and they were trying to compare the meeting with him and with Bibi Netanyahu with the press conference, how president was. He was really up to date, hands on,
Yes,
understanding everything, knowing
yes,
the facts, the numbers, so much depth. Like, sometimes people say he takes things lightly and he shoots first and then asks.
no,
But this was something that has been literally resonating in his heart, together with a lot of his advisors. And let me tell you one thing, those who are trying to say that maybe he doesn't know what he's talking about. Let me tell you, the advisors and the people that surrounding Donald Trump's today, they know more about Israel, the Palestinians, the Middle East, more than a lot of the local people here in Israel, and
yeah,
definitely the Arab nations that are nearby, because they really, really care about the alliance between Christians and Jews, and the eternity of the Jewish state. And
yes,
all the things that they decide and all the things that they think about how to do and what to do are in the light of one fact: Israel is forever. Now
Israel
let's
is
think
forever.
now let's think outside the box. Let's find some solutions,
Yes,
but nothing that has to harm the existence, the resilience, and the
yes.
freedom of Israel.
Israel. Amen to that. So, to everybody watching this week, pray. Let us pray, stand, trust God for a miracle. We've been asking God for a miracle, and we're trusting that this is going to be it. So, thank you so much for joining us. Don't miss us. Next week, we'll be here every week, every Friday. We're here, israelupdate.org. Thank you for your support. Thank you for everything that you do. God bless you, and we'll see you guys next week. Shabbat Shalom.
Shalom, everyone.
Hello, friends. I'm Donna Clement Petrushka, and I am honored to invite you to something truly extraordinary, the Kim Clement Prophecy Vault. Now you can gain unprecedented access to my father's entire digitized video archive. Every prophetic moment, every powerful teaching, every anointed worship session is now available to you in the Prophecy Vault. Plus, I'm excited to share that my dad's special School of the Prophets teachings are included, offering you deep, transformative lessons on hearing God's voice and understanding his revelations. Your partnership is crucial. Not only will you gain access to these incredible resources, but you'll also help us continue the vital work of preserving, digitizing, and adding new Kim Clement material to the archives. I'm inviting you to step into the Kim Clement Prophecy Vault. Let's embark on this journey of revelation together, and I can't wait to see you inside.
In my younger years, especially, I did the right thing because I was really afraid of what would happen if I did the wrong thing.
God has a way of nudging us, but his motivation is always to make us better.
We do things all the time that fall short of his glory. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah.
We do that all the time. And so if some of you, if you're there and you're thinking that God is mad at you, well, know this, that just like Pastor Farr just said, first and foremost, he's love, okay? And he loves everything about you.
Right.
And so just continue to seek him and just know that whatever it is that you are in error with, he will show you and guide you out of it.
Watch now at real-faith.tv.
I'm excited to announce that we're having our first ever mega sale on overstock clearance and brand new products. For example, save over 50% on this season's flannel sheets. Queen size only $59.98. Kings only $69.98. They sell out fast every year, so order now. Save 20% on our brand new My Crosses. They're designed in the likeness of the one I've worn every day for over 20 years. They come in men's and women's, and they're made right here in the USA. Get our 2025 six-piece My Towel sets for only $29.98. Our initial quantities are extremely low, so get them now before they go. And our best-selling standard My Pillows, just $14.98. So go to mypillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use this promo code to take advantage of our first ever mega sale. But wait, remember that $75 free shipping rule? Well, that ship is sailed because right now, every order ships absolutely free.
We here at the House of Destiny are partnering with you to let our viewers, of course, know about your company. It's Beverly Hills Precious Metal.
Andrew, explain how that works.
So I'll walk you through it right now. So if you go to bh-pm.com, right there on the homepage, you'll see a form that you could fill out. And that form is very important in letting us know how we can help you. So you just put in your first name, last name, email address, phone number. There's a section that says, how did you hear about us? And in there, put Kim Clement. And then there's a portion where you could write a couple of notes down on the bottom. Usually within about 24 to 48 hours, we'll contact you by phone call, and then we'll go over everything with you. This isn't a high pressure deal. We always recommend that if you feel uncomfortable, take a step back, pray about it. You will gain the answers that you need by doing that, and come back to us when you're comfortable.